Hey everyone, so today's video is a reading wrap up. It was for May. I'm so excited to film this. I have been waiting to talk about one of these books since like the April reading wrap up. I even accidentally started talking about it because I forgot that I had read it in May. But anyways, so yeah, let's get on with the video. So I read 5 books in May, and it was kind of a busy month. Like I had finals and stuff, so I did not read as much as I wanted to. But it's summer now, so we're gonna get that reading number up. Okay, the first book I read in May was In Memoriam by Alice Wynne. Basically, so it's a World War I book, and it's about 2 guys who, let me figure out my story, who are like best friends, and they grew up together, kind of. They go to boarding school. Like it shows parts of their childhood in like all the flashbacks, and basically like they have to end up going to war because they're gonna like become adults soon, and then you just get drafted or whatever. But they kind of just leave early, but that's not the point. So it's about their love story and the trauma that they're dealing with because of war and how they get through it together and separate, because for a lot of the time they're separate. But it's such a good book. It's written so well, and the words are kind of tiny. I like that. It's cute. But this is like a really good book. Like the war stuff is so sad. How many people die? But that's what has to happen in some books. Come to terms with it. But so it's about Henry Gaunt and Sydney Elwood, and they go by their last names because why not? They're like little British boys. And they kind of both like each other, but both of them think that the other one doesn't like them and that they never will have a chance with them. But as you read, you figure out, oh, that's not true. There is a chance. So yeah, I give this book, I think I gave it a 5-star because it was really good to read. Like it wasn't secret history level, but it was like up there with it. I hope you can't hear this leaf blower because I literally waited so long for it to turn off, so now it's back. Yeah, so I give this a 5-star. I would recommend it. There are some like sensitive topics. Obviously it's war, and a lot of stuff happens in war, but I really would recommend reading it. The next 3 books I read, I have no idea actually why I started reading these again. Like I just don't know why I was reading these, but good choice. It's a reread. I have to reread the series like at least once a year, I feel. And I haven't reread this specific part of the like universe in a while. So I picked it up and I read the first 3 books and Percy Jackson. I love Percy Jackson so much. These books are so good. I will be rereading them forever, hopefully. Percy Jackson is about this boy, Percy Jackson. It starts out in this book and he's 12 years old. He finds out that he is a demigod, which is a half human, half god offspring, and he gets sent to this camp, and then like it's like all those like ancient Greek quests and everything is real, like that kind of thing. But so this is a really popular series, I feel like. So I'm not gonna explain every book, but I read the first 3, and I will forever give this series as a whole a 5-star because it's captivating and I love it so much, and the concept is like, it's so good. I love Percy Jackson so much. I'm always talking about Percy Jackson. I'm always reading some Greek mythology thing because of it. But yeah, I spent the majority of my finals week reading these. Of course, I enjoyed them very much. I always love looking back and like watching Percy and Annabeth's relationship progress, because obviously it's season 1 of the show. They're 12, like they're not gonna be in a relationship yet. That's like, they're little babies. But season like 3 not season 3, book 3, you start to see more like, oh, you know, they're like starting to be like, oh, like I like hanging out with Percy. Like they just start, it's so cute. And as much as even though I do love Heroes of Olympus more, I still love rereading these, and it's just like an instant boost most of the time of serotonin, because it actually is really sad. Like the third book is really sad. So is the 5th book. But it is a boost of serotonin still most of the time. I don't want to get to the sad parts of the 5th book. Anyways, so I read the first 3 Percy Jacksons. And if you have not read Percy Jackson, I definitely think you should. It's so good, like I've been saying. It's just like the perfect way to get like into Greek mythology as well, because it's kind of like it's a little, I keep saying like, it's a little branch for you to walk across if you don't want to get into every like heavy topic of Greek mythology. You just want an overview, and that's kind of what it is. And it honestly, like, you'll remember it after. Like, it's not something you'll forget. And then I did only read one more book in May, but also I read this, so I went somewhere for Memorial Day. I read this book after, so I was busy doing things, and I did not have time to read on that trip. But I got my hands on This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I love her. She is such a good author. She writes the cutest romance novels. Like, I love her books so much. They're so cute. And oh my god, this cover is so beautiful. Look at these colors. So I really love how every one of Carly's books, they're like this little sunset, sunrise, just like lake, because they're all set on lakes. Design, it's so pretty. And I thought these were pretty. I thought this was pretty. I had never seen this. This just came out, I think, in May. So this book, I think it's my second favorite. I still think I really love Every Summer After. And I do really love Meet Me at the Lake as well. I know a lot of people don't like it as much, but I love it. But this is my second favorite. Every Summer After is just too good. It might jump up to the first favorite. It'll take a couple weeks. It's about Lucy and Felix. And Lucy is escaping her life in Toronto, and she goes to her best friend's hometown, which is on Prince Edward's Island, which is like crazy hometown to have. Awesome. But on the first night she's there, her best friend, like, her flight is delayed, whatever, and she gets with this guy, and then she finds out it's her best friend's brother, and they're like madly in love forever. But they can't be together because her best friend's rule was like, don't fall in love with my brother. And so every time she comes back, she's like, I won't. And then they end up getting together every time. And then there's this time, like, that the present is. And so it's like past, present, like most of her books are. All of them, actually. But I really love that. I love how she does that. But this time, she comes back because her best friend is about to get married and she really wanted to go home. And her best friend needs her. So she comes back and Felix is there. Yeah, and it's basically about, so first of all, they have to deal with, why did the best friend want to come back? Like, what is going on in her marriage? Is it okay? Are they for real going to get married? Then we also have to deal with Lucy and Felix, like, deciding whether or not they want to be a couple. Like, do they actually like each other enough? And we also have to deal with Lucy at home. So Lucy owns a flower shop, and it used to be her aunt's, but her aunt is dead now. She's like really stressed out about this flower shop. Like, it's a big deal to her, but she just doesn't know what she wants with it. And so she also has to figure out that. She just has to like figure out herself a lot because she doesn't really know herself very well. I mean, she does, but she has problems with like being alone and stuff. And so that's a very big problem throughout the whole book. But they figure it out. Everything gets figured out. And it's a cute little romance. I give this book a 4-star. All her books are like good, so you should read all of them. But this is her new release. If you haven't read it, it's so cute and you should read it. And it's summer and it's the perfect time to read a cute little summer book. So thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, come back for next week's video or whenever it is, because it's summer now. I can post whenever I want. And have a good day. I will see you next time.